So today's today we're learning Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. Today class number 10, and we start with Chafetz Chaim lesson a day, and to page 59, and today's subject claims and counterclaims. Okay, Rav Yochanan ben Dechavai said, "Do not distance yourself from a quality that is without limit, and from a labor that is without end." Okay, we'll see what does it mean. To what can this be compared? To someone who took water from the ocean and cast it on a dry land. The ocean did not appear any less full, and the land did not become filled with water. The man grew frustrated. His employer said, "Foolish one." Greg, could you please put us on mute for now? Thank you, sorry. Foolish one, why you upset? Each day you will receive a gold coin for your work. It's from ours, the Rabbi Nassim. Okay, so what does it mean? In simple words before we continue. So basically, just because there is no end to this work, it does not mean that we're not obligated to do that. And always remember there is a payment. So whatever you do, you're going to receive payment. Okay, that's as this person said, foolish one. Why you upset? It doesn't matter. Okay, so you don't make a difference, but you're being paid to do so, and you're obligated. So if you don't bring this water from the ocean, you're actually stealing from your employer. Okay, continue. The quality to which the sages referred as a Shmiras, to which the sages refers is Shmiras Haloshon. The evil inclination seeks to discourage us from striving to develop this quality by way of following argument. What benefit will you have from the study of the laws and the concept of proper speech? Are you really capable of guarding your tongue all your life? So that's exactly the question. It's first of all, the laws are too much. That it's too many details in all of these circumstances and stuff like that. So are you going to remember that? Are you really think that you will be able to practice them? Try to avoid speaking Lashon Hara even for 1 day or two. So that's what our Eitz Hara is telling us. And do you really think that you can avoid everything that is forbidden to speak? So basically, he said once. So that's the tactics all of Eitz Hara to find faults into us. So, but if I don't speak even 50%, or what I might have said, or I don't know, 70%, 90%, right? Why you are a man of the world and you are dealing with the scores of people. Don't even attempt to acquire this quality. It is simply cannot be done. That's what Eitz Hara is trying to tell us. Guarding one's tongue requires constant vigilance. It is relevant. It is relevant countless times a day. And it's the most relevant mitzvah ever. Every day of a person's life. So, for example, tefillin we do once a day. That's it. You're done. Or Shema you say twice a day. Okay, third time before you're going to bed, and that's it. Right, but Shmiras Haloshon, it's every second of your day. Not every second, but the most practiced mitzvah. Okay, and it applies virtually to every situation that can occur between man and his fellow. Rav Yochanan ben Dechavai teaches us that this simply is natural. One should not distance himself from this quality. And indeed, that indeed is without limit, as we shall explain. Okay, as we shall explain. So that's what we do. We learn little by little every day, or whatever, how many times a week we do, and we try to practice as much as we can. Okay, so we go to Shulchan Aruch, and we are on page number 40. At least in my book, I'm not sure the book. So in a CF number 16. And we continue Siman number 5, and subject of the Siman laws pertaining to cleanliness. Okay, so now a little different subject. I mean, the subject is the same, but a little different halacha. In addition to actual Ervah, a man may not recite Torah or prayer in the presence of that which can bring to improper thoughts, as delineated in this CF. Okay, so just 1 second. So last time we said Ervah, we said somebody is not dressed, and that's Ervah, and even children like above certain age. Okay. So number 65 commentary. The Mishnah Brura, however, with regard to this type of Ervah, there are authorities who do not require that he turns his entire body, as long as his eyes are closed, and he does not see the Ervah. In a case where one cannot turn his body, he may rely on this opinion. So as we were discussing, I'm not sure in this class, I don't remember, or in in Laws of Shabbos class. So we said that sometimes you're in that situation. So you have these guests, probably in the Shabbos class, at your table, and a woman came and she's not exactly dressed, and it's summer, it's hot, and so basically the proper way is to turn all your body like sideways, or to cover yourself with a siddur or with a bench or whatever, like raise a little higher so you hide your face. But is all of this is not going to work. So they say you can close your eyes. So basically, in this case, you must know the Kiddush by heart. Okay, so let's see. Regarding the body of the woman, any place of her body that is usually covered, if a tefach of this of it is exposed, and unlike her hair, and likewise the hair of the married woman, which is usually covered, if some of the hair is exposed, the area this area are considered erva for a man. Okay, so let's go from the beginning, and there are many commentaries. We try to explain, so we're going to go line by line. It says, regarding the body of a woman, any place of her body that is usually covered. 66. The halacha as to what is deemed erva is left uncovered, whereas with the prevalent customs of a woman in the area with regard to her face, hands, and elbows, and legs up to the knee. All other parts of the woman's body are considered erva, even if the woman in that area dress modestly and leave those parts of the body uncovered. Immodestly. So from here we see it doesn't matter how people around us dress. So the law is considered to be the same. So the only difference is they say that depends on a custom in the area. For example, the length of the skirt for a woman. So the halacha is that it has to cover the knee while the woman sits. Some women have a little longer skirt, so up to the ankle. So that's their tradition. That's what they do. Baruch HaShem, that's the most commendable custom. But some of them have a little higher. So, but this custom and that custom, they go according to halachah. There is no problem, right? And then we have hands. So there's some custom up to the wrist, but basically up to the elbow. There is if elbow is covered, there is another custom. There is no problem, right? And what was it? Face. What is it? The face? Just 1 second. Okay. So basically, so one more time, that doesn't matter how women dressed around. Doesn't make any difference. So okay, that's okay. So places that are usually covered, according to Halachos, should be always covered. Okay. So next, if a tefach of it is exposed, right, of these places that are usually covered, 67. So tefach is between 3.2 and 3.8 inches. So it's a feast, right, tefach. According to Ramah, any amount of the unusual exposure by a woman who is not the wife of that man is considered Ervah. So that's actually the halacha that we follow. We follow Ramah in this thing, right? So any, like even quarter of an inch or 1/16 of an inch, the skirts, it makes the whole difference, or a sleeve. However, with regard to the minimal amount, it is sufficient to close one's eyes. Mishnah Berurah. So as we said, so here's the leniency. So if so basically since some of the authorities say it's up to the tefach, which is a lot, as we understand, and no at all. So between this and that opinion, so he can close the eyes. Is not required to turn completely his body. According to some authorities, the exposure of any part of the leg, above and including the knee, is erva. So that's what we actually also abide by, even if it is less than a tefach. So wherever a knee itself and above the knee, for sure not good. So and as we said, in a sitting position, not in a standing. So one more time the whole sentence. Regarding the body of the woman, in any place of her body that is usually covered, if a tefach of it is exposed, and likewise the hair of the married woman, which is usually covered. Okay, so let's read the commentary and explain. The hair of the married woman is always considered erva, regardless of the custom of the local woman. So they can go without whatever, the way they want. Doesn't make any difference for Jews. Since the Halachah demands that it is covered, Mishnah Berurah, with regard to this erva, it is sufficient to close one eye. So basically, okay, so it's another leniency. Of course, if needed, we can rely. So somebody came to your house and you need to pray, you need to say blessing, and you cannot turn away. So I mean, there are situations like that. So you can rely on this opinion and basically just close your eyes and you can say the blessing. So okay, these are considered erva for a man. Okay, for a man. Commentary 69. According to Rabbi Moshe Feinstein Zatzal, it is prohibited to pray when facing a married woman's uncovered hair only if the uncovered area is larger than tefach. Okay, we're going to explain. This leniency apply only to hair. Regarding other parts of the body that is that consider erva, it is forbidden to pray when faced with even slightest exposure. Igros Moshe or Chaim. Okay, so what it says here. So Rabbi Moshe Feinstein Zatzal says that so women can expose some hair. So as if you saw some, I think mostly Israelis when they wear this kisui rosh, some of them, not all, some of them, they would show hair, right? Not completely cover. So, but I don't think they would show like 3 inches. That's too much. It's like half of the head. So, but I think it says that 2 or 3 fingers, and that they can show. So basically, okay. If they need to show for whatever reason, they can show, but preferably not to show. Okay. And one more time, this leniency. So if it is uncovered, so that is 3 fingers, 2 fingers, and according to Rav Moshe Feinstein, even the Stefach, so he can just close his eyes and pray. Okay. But all other parts of the body, according to Rav Moshe, so it's even slightest exposure, so he cannot pray facing that. So basically, that's the requirement of mechitza, right? So separation between men and women. Okay, continue. There is no difference with regard to the halacha of Ervah between his own wife and another woman. So, okay. So commentary number 70, and we explain. Or between married and unmarried woman, except with regard to the hair, which is considered erva only if the married for a married woman. So basically, so if woman is not married, so she's not required to cover her hair, even though she can if she want to, but there is no such requirement. Okay. All right. So what else? But otherwise, it doesn't matter. So as we said, so the bottom line, it doesn't matter. It's his own wife or not his own wife. It's so. But if his own wife shows, so she's at home, and she's not, so she's not obligated to cover her hair all the time. I mean, only her husband has a right to see her hair. But so if he's not praying, there is no problem whatsoever, right? So the only problem when he needs to say Birchas Hamazon and pray or say blessings and stuff like that. Okay, continue. However, these areas are not considered erva to another woman. Okay, so that's very very important thing. So it's only for a man, but not for another woman. So another woman may see, one woman can see another woman not dressed, not properly dressed, and it's not going to consider error. Commentary 71. It should be noted that the Halachos in this section deals only with that is considered error with regard to permissibility of recited sacred text in their presence. However, even if something is not error with regard to these Halachos, it is not necessarily a modest mode of dress. For a woman, for a woman, nor a man nor may a man allow himself to gaze upon it. So even though it may be like as we said, maybe it's not erva, whatever, it's borderline erva, not erva. So a man should not gaze. So men must watch their eyes. So but it's different halacha, but they just mention it here. Okay. And anyway, the woman must be modest as possible. So the clothes also cannot be tight. So even though it's not erva, it's like a cover, but still it's not covered, so it's not modest. Right. So continue. The voice of the woman singing is also considered erva. Commentary 72. There is one should not engage in sacred text in the same time as he hears the voice of the woman singing. Right? That's the problem. Okay, for example, I don't know, like on a speakers somewhere, right? He's in some building and like public building, and there is a woman singing on the radio. That's the problem. Nevertheless, in a present situation, for example, when one hears a woman singing, and he cannot stop them, he should not refrain from saying Shema or prayer, or studying Torah due to this singing. So an example would be like somebody is working maybe in a hotel, and there is like lobby music and stuff like that, and there is no way for him to get out. I mean, that's his job, or he's in a restaurant, or maybe semi-kosher restaurant. I don't know, maybe the food is kosher, but the environment is not kosher. So they would play women recordings. So, and he has no choice. So, I mean, he can listen, but but try to concentrate not on the words, not on her singing. Rather, he should make a strong effort to direct his entire attention to the holy matter in which he is engaged, and not pay any attention to her. Okay. So it's very interesting. Any questions on this? What we just said?
No.
Okay, good. So continue, number 17. If one's heart can see his own error. So see is we understand in double quote. Okay, so what does it mean? There is no external separation between his heart and his erva. Even if the erva is covered, as when he's wearing an unbelted robe, it is forbidden to him for him to recite the sacred texts. Okay, let's read 17.3 and explain. When a person's own erva is not covered, he may not recite sacred texts in any case. So 73 says if he, like in simple words, if he does not have his underpants, right? So he cannot say any blessings. Okay. But Kitzur referred to if he has a robe and he does not have his underpants for whatever reason. So he cannot say blessings because his heart sees, double quote, sees his erva, and in private parts. Rather, in order for it to be permitted, he must wear pants that snug on his body. So for us, of course, Kitzur was written some few hundred years ago, I think. For us, like our underpants, that's enough. That's a good separation. Or wear a belt around the waist. So or this belt or a belt from a rope. So if a rope has a belt, it's a solution to all of the issues. Or if you have underpants, no problem. Or he put his arms on his rope across his body. So basically what it says here, so he presses this rope to his body. It's like it works like a belt, right? To make a separation. Commentary 74. When he is not wearing a robe, and his erva is covered, such as when he is under the blanket, he may create a separation by wrapping his arms across his body, and as if he is hugging himself. His hands may not touch, may not be touched his body. His hands may not be touching his body. Okay, Mishnah Brura. So basically, if he does not have belts, that does not have these underpants, so basically he has to create some kind of separation. So example before it, he was in a robe. In this case, he's under the blanket. So make sure that wrap your blanket tight, and even as I say, like hug yourself, meaning press the blanket against your bodies, and it's would be sufficient. So as to separate between his heart and erva. So as we said, and it's going to work. A woman does not need to make these separations, meaning from her private parts. Commentary. She may recite sacred texts as long as she's private parts are covered. So, right, covered, provided she's in sitting position. Okay, Mishnah Brura. So it's a little leniently for women, but it's understandable why. Okay. So we started a new Siman, number 6, and very interesting Halachos. Is so the title: Some general laws regarding blessings and laws of the recitation of Baruch Hu, Baruch Shmo, and Amen. Okay, Sif number 1. Before one recites a blessing, he must know which blessing he is required to say at that time. So so at the time that he utters the name of HaShem, may he be blessed, which is the main part of the blessing, he already knows how he will conclude the blessing. Okay, so let's see. There are a few commentaries. So it says, okay, one. I'm going to skip one. For example, they say, for example, before reciting blessing on a food, he should take note of which food he is about to eat and which blessing he is required. So he has this bowl of grapes, right? So he has to pick one on which he wants to say blessing. Make sure that it's clean, and it's not spoiled and stuff like that. Like take it in his right hand, and he's ready, and he must know what the blessing he has to say. Right. So before starting the blessing, you must know what you're going to say next. Commentary number 3, and how to conclude the blessing. See below 56.5 regarding one who thought that he must recite one blessing, but after beginning the blessing realized that he must recite different one. So I think there we're going to say that after the fact, it's not proper way to do so, but after the fact, so first I thought somehow, right, that I have to say Barapri Chodama on this grace, but then when I started speaking, I said no, it's Barapri Cho'etz, right? So I can always change the ending. I can say recite correct ending. It's after the fact. There is no problem. Okay, but the proper way is like to think before you say. Continue. It is forbidden for a person to do anything else during the time when he is reciting the blessing. So basically, if he's the most common, I would say, the most common problem, I would say, that when a person goes out of the bathroom and he says Asher Yotzer, blessing after the bathroom, and he started walking and he started doing this and checking time and this and that because he knows this by heart. That's the problem, right? So it says it's forbidden for a person to do anything else. Commentary, even an action that does not require his attention. So meaning like I need to fix some I don't know, something like something was hanging and have to fix it and stuff like that. So it's like mechanical work, and I don't need it does not need my concentration. Still, it's not allowed. Okay, so during the time that the blessing is recited, so do not divert your attention. Number 5, engaging in any actions while reciting the blessing demonstrate that he is treating the recitation of the blessing casually, so not seriously, and that is not his primary task in hand, meaning that I'm doing everything else plus this. It is even forbidden to study Torah while praying or reciting the blessing. I'm not sure how he can study Torah while okay, I don't know. Well, maybe some people very talented when they could do these 2 seconds to squeeze some Torah. Not sure. Meaning look at the book. Yeah. Actually, it's possible, right? So he's looking at the book and he's saying this blessing mechanically. Possible. Continue. He should not recite blessing hurriedly. Rather, he should concentrate upon the meaning of the words. The following are the words of Sefer Hasidim, 46. Okay, so meaning slow. Every word must be separate. So, okay. So, let's see. When one washes his hands and recites blessing of Al Nitalas Yadayim, or recites the blessing upon eating fruits, or upon performance one of the mitzvahs, blessings in which everyone is fluent, we know them by heart, he should direct his thoughts of his heart to recite the blessing for the sake of his Creator, who has been wondrously kind to him, and has given him the fruits or a bread for benefit, and who commanded him regarding the mitzvah upon which he is reciting the blessing. So basically what it says here, so let's say that the person knows blessing by heart. Okay, so it's okay. So he has to concentrate on the mitzvah at hand and think that HaShem provide me all of the benefits. So for all of the physical benefits that we derive, we have to say blessings. So he would think that thank HaShem, like I can taste this food and my body is working and stuff like that. So, and you gave me money to buy this food, right? So that's what he has to think about. And he should not perform recitation of this blessing in the manner of one who does something out of habit and utters words of his mouth without thinking. So like mechanically, his eyes on this piece of candy or his steak, so he cannot wait to start attacking the steak, right? That's the problem. It was about this matter that the wrath of HaShem flared, and he sent to us the following prophecies through Yeshayahu. And HaShem said, it says in Yeshayahu 29:13, inasmuch as this nation has drawn close with the mouth and with its lips, it has honored me, yet it has distanced its heart from me. So HaShem is saying, so with their lips and with their with their words, they became very close, or it looks like, even right now, it looks like from if you look at it, it's they're very close to me and they praise me and stuff like that. The fear of me is like the rod learning of human commands. So let's see commentary number 6, and we explain. There is a fear which should be instilled as a feeling of the heart, is instead being practiced out of rote action. They go through the motions of the Soren HaShem without thinking about actually fearing Him. So basically, Yeshayahu trying to tell us, don't be like a robot. Like some people, I saw it many times. He's praying, and he looks like, he's praying out loud and concentrating, and two people start talking, and he's listening, and he's praying and he's talking to them at the same time. I don't know if you ever seen like the scene like that, but it's so unbelievable, so disgustingly, right? With these words, the Holy One, blessed be He, was telling Yeshayahu that all of the Jewish people still followed His laws. So, like from outside, they did everything they were supposed to do. They did so mechanically, without feelings. Look at the action of my children, the Jewish people, for they are performed only outwardly, and they continue to uphold the mitzvahs as one who holds into the practices, customs of his ancestors. There is perfunctory. So basically, like these children, they were trained like from the early childhood. So, and it's like it's second nature to him. So he would not take a sip of water, for example, without saying Brocha. But does he pay attention to what he says? No, it's like mechanical. They come to my house, the synagogue, and they pray before me set prayers, as one continues the customs of his ancestors, simply because it was done as it was. I'm sorry. Simply because it is what he has always done, right? Not wholeheartedly. Just mechanically, they come, they know the page, they continue to turn the pages, but what is it said, they have no idea. The mind is not there. That's the scary part. They clean their hands before eating bread and recite the blessing Al Nitalas Yadayim, and they break bread and recite the blessing of Hamotzi. When they drink, they recite the appropriate blessing, as the words of the blessing are fluent in their mouths. So basically, they know exactly what to say, when to say, and how to say. Really, that's not an issue. But when they are reciting the blessings, they do not have in mind to actually bless me. So HaShem said that's the problem. They just say it because they know, like I'm just saying from my understanding what it says. They saying this blessing because this blessing it's like an obstacle between them and the food. So I have to say it. So now, so I would be able to eat. Therefore, due to this sin, the anger of HaShem flared, and he swore by his great name, and caused the wise men to lose their wisdom. This wise men are those who know him and now learn his ways, but recite the blessing to him by rote, without concentration. So of course, the HaShem asking from people who became close to him, who learned his Torah, right? So the more you know, on the more higher you try to like ascend spiritually, the more HaShem is asking of you. This punishment is written in the prophecy immediately after the above pasuk of rebuke, Yeshayahu 29:14. But it says, "Therefore, behold, I will continue to perform more wonders against these people, wonder upon wonder against these people, unfortunately. And the wisdom of its wise man will be lost, and understanding of the sage will become concealed." That's very scary, right? So all of the wisdom of the wise men are going to be lost, and understanding of the sages will be concealed. So basically, when understanding of the sages is concealed, it's like we don't have leaders with a clear guidance, like what to do. So, for example, today we have our big rabbis, and they tell us, for example, about this coronavirus. Should we take a shot? Do not take a shot. This and that. So okay, they clear, then unanimous, and they tell us what to do. But when wisdom is concealed from them, so they give you all of these crazy advices. So it's that's a curse, and people like the masses understand what's going on, right? So it's very scary, very confusing. Therefore, to protect us from this punishment, the sages admonished regarding the matter and said, in Nedarim 62a, fulfill the Torah's words for the sake of their maker. Okay? Until this point, we have cited the words of Sefer Hasidim. So let's read the commentary and explain what it says. That is for the sake of one who is instituted them and commanded us to observe them. So the highest level of sermon of HaShem, and we will learn it in our Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday morning classes in Misilas Yesharim. So we're actually on this subject. So is serving HaShem because He said so, right? So the lowest level is serving HaShem because of some ulterior motives, right? Like a person who wants to get some benefits in this world. Second level is when he wants to get some benefits, some rewards in the world to come. And third level, out of love. So I just want to bring the godliness to this world. I want to make my maker happy. That's what I'm doing. That's the only reason I'm doing it. That's what they say is in this verse. It is proper for a person to accustom himself, and we do it out of love. Right? That's we're not afraid of punishment, so that's the highest. Well, the highest step. It's actually part of the Hasidus. It is proper for a person to accustom himself to recite the blessing loudly, because reciting them out loud helps one to concentrate their meanings. So I think it's very, very important. So when you say a blessing, so you say it loudly. First of all, there is always somebody that can answer them, answer Amen to your blessing. It's very important, right? To give that another person mitzvah, right? Mitzvah opportunity, and then you can hear yourself, right? Same blessing, meaning that your ears also participate in mitzvah, right? And then you do it slowly, out loud, slowly, as the way it's supposed to be done. Continue. Sif number 2. When a person recites a blessing, his mouth should be free of saliva, and he should not have anything else in his mouth. As it is stated in Tehillim 71:8, my mouth shall be filled with your praise. Okay, let's read the commentary and explain. Number 8. There should be nothing in your mouth other than praise. Okay. See below 50:10. Regarding if one began to eat or drink, and then remember that he did not recite the blessing. So the way I understand that, as we learned before in another group, so we said that so it depends what exactly it is in his mouth, right? And what he, so if he, for example, if he start drinking and he can spit it out and drink again, right? For example, if he has a glass of water, right, and he took a sip, and now he forgot, he understand that he forgot to say blessing. So if he can spit this water back into the glass, let's say, right, and drink, if he's not like it's your water, if you're not discussing, if you're fine with that, so that's the proper way to do that. If he cannot spit, or there is something like, I don't know, he chewed already, piece of chicken, right? He took a piece of chicken, so he started chewing, and of course he's not going to spit out and let it. I mean, it's a little gross, so he might swallow it, might swallow completely, as Shulchan Kitzur says. Even the mouth should be free from saliva, and they say blessing. So basically, that thing was without blessing, right? Whatever he swallowed, and the rest is going to be with blessing. Okay, but if it's a minute amount or whatever, so he can actually spit it out, right? So it's not going to be considered waste. So that's like 3 options. Continue. Sif number 3. I'm sorry, 3. It is forbidden to utter the name of HaShem in vain. Moreover, whoever utters the name of HaShem in vain, it's actually from our previous last week parasha, right, violates positive commandment, as it says in Dvarim 6:13. HaShem your God you shall fear. It's very interesting. You see Dvarim 6:13. It's like 6:13, a number of commandments. What? To fear HaShem. So HaShem your God you shall fear. You shall fear. Okay. And another source regarding this prohibition is written, same place. Okay. If you will not be careful to perform all of the words of this Torah that are written in this book, to fear His honored and awesome name, HaShem your God, then HaShem will make extraordinary your blows. So basically, first, as we said in Dvarim, you have to fear HaShem. So if somebody has fear of HaShem, so he would be very careful not to pronounce all of this his names in vain, right? And one more thing I want to point out. So it says that to perform all of his words. So when Hashem says to perform His commandments, so He said all of the Torah, Not some of the Torah, not what we like, don't like, or understand, do not understand. It's actually all of the Torah. Okay. So if not, he's very straightforward with us. So he says, Hashem, then Hashem will make extraordinary your blows, Chas v'sholom. But he says that's how serious he is. And included in this fear, which these verses command one to have for the name of Hashem, except in this context of praise. That's a context of praise, or while reciting a blessing that he is obligated to recite, or in a course of the Torah study of the Torah. So basically, it's, if you need to recite the blessing, that's what you must do, and you must pronounce the name of Hashem the way you must pronounce, or you study in the Torah. So many times people as you heard many times, so you would do the same. You say Hashem, even though there is you're allowed to pronounce the name when you say the whole pasuk, the whole verse. Usually people try to be careful and say Hashem instead of, or just mispronounce some other names. Okay, so it's all because of this halachah. Continue. One should feel fear, and his limbs should tremble. So that's halachah. When he utters the name of Hashem, may his name be blessed. But still should never utter it in vain, God forbid. So just because he is fearful, it does not mean that he can use this name and be fearful and continue using the name. Okay, not. It is not only prohibited to say a singular name of Hashem. Number 10, it says it's Yud K Vav K. Pronounced Adoi. I'm going to continue, Adoi. But also all names that designated as the names of Hashem, may he be blessed. 11. This refers to all names that one may not erase. So basically all of the names, I think that they're going to say, no, it's okay, there are several names that we cannot erase. So basically, if we write the Sefer Torah and somebody made this mistake, or he started to write Yud K, for example, and he didn't mean this or it didn't mean that, so basically he has to stop and he cannot erase. Even so, he can bury this piece of parchment and start with another. Continue, and it is. It is not only forbidden to say them in Hebrew, but even forbidden to say in any other language. Any language. 12. For example, God in English and God in Yiddish. Right? So in any language it is forbidden. Igres Moshe, Yerodea, etc. Okay, continue. One who curses his fellow or himself, using the name of Hashem, may he be blessed, or with the kinui. So the kinui, the word kinui refers to any word used the praise of the Holy One, blessed be He, such as the great, the mighty, the awesome, the faithful, the powerful, the strong, the vigorous, the steadfast, the compassionate, the merciful, the avenging, the slow to anger, the abundantly kind, right? Where the curse in Hebrew or any language, this person is violated the prohibition of the Torah and is thus liable for punishment of lashes. So there are several things that he is punishable by lashes, right? And this is one of them. If he curse somebody or himself, or use this word in vain, basically one of the Hashem's name. Okay, so of course it's not that simple. they have to warn him, like 2 witnesses twice, I guess. I think he has not the knowledge, but basically the punishment is there. Okay. However, due to our many sins, most of the masses are not careful, and they want to say in German, "God soll ihn strafen." God should punish him, and the like. And with this remark, they violate the Torah prohibition. So prohibition of the Torah. Okay. So just because, and as we said, the Kitzur was written a long time ago. So just because some people doing this doesn't make it right. So, and as Rabbi Reuven many times said, and I love this expression. So we don't learn Halachah from what people do. We learn Halachah from books. That's what exactly we're doing. One who curses without using either the name of HaShem or without using kinui, all of these names that we just mentioned, or if he curses, or if the curse is only inferred from a connotation of his words. For example, if one says, "Let so and so not be blessed by HaShem," and the like. Okay, so not be blessed by HaShem, number 13. This is equivalent to the curse. One who received no blessing from HaShem is certainly in a curse state. Sishma, Hoshen Chamishpat. Okay, so he said, "Let this one so and so not will not be blessed by HaShem," and the like. Although he is not liable for the punishment of lashes, so because of the language is not straight, this is nevertheless a violation prohibition. Okay, see Hoshen Chamishpat, Siman 27. Continue. Likewise, because of the reverence due to the name of HaShem, it is forbidden to write the name of HaShem. May he be blessed in any letter. So when even I'm not sure about emails, but in letters, like on a piece of paper, whether in Hebrew or any languages. Many err in this matter, and they write the name of HaShem, may he be blessed in German. Commentary. Okay, so this. Okay, so we know. Okay, so they just use different pronunciation, right? German, or they write signing the letter the word adieu in French, right? Adieu, which is in French word meaning with God, which is very interesting. Commentary. This word later lost its original meaning and became merely expression of farewell, and it is therefore no longer forbidden to use this word. Okay, I hear that. Okay, so but originally it was this. Okay, I do. Continue. To do this is absolutely forbidden, for after a time, the letter will end up in garbage. So I mean, now we're back to writing. This act causes poverty among the Jewish people. That's simple, right? So because we throw Hashem's name, Hashon, in garbage, so not we, but somebody else, so that's we causing poverty among the people. That the name of Hashem is found lying around, and certainly when it is in a state of degradation, God forbid, like garbage. It is required sagacity and efforts on the part of the leaders of the generations to stop this practice of the masses. Okay, see urin vitamin there. Okay. When saliva comes into the person's mouth, so that he needs to spit, and he is in the middle of reciting a blessing, so somehow he cannot swallow his saliva, maybe it's disgusting, I'm not sure, or his prayers, all the like, he should first spit and then say the name of Hashem. Okay? But he should not say the name of Hashem and then spit. So that's disrespect, as we understand. Likewise, when he's kissing Sefer, so that's what we do when we finish reading, so we kiss in Sefer, he should speed before kissing the Sefer and not afterwards. When a person is not praying or studying Torah and wants to mention the name of HaShem, he should say the word HaShem. So as we say, Baruch HaShem, right? That's, we're not studying, we're not learning, we're not blessing, okay, that's what we say. He should not say it as the masses tend to err and say Adoshem, which is I don't know why would somebody do that, but I heard people doing this. For there is not a respectful way to refer to Hashem. Okay, so we have some time, so let's start next CF number 4. So it says one must take care not to recite God forbid, a blessing in vain, or to cause himself to recite unnecessary blessings. Okay, so there is a big difference between a blessing in vain and unnecessary blessing. Number 16. So what is it? Unnecessary blessing, bracha velatala. Blessing recited in vain, meaning that it was not necessary. Is a blessing that does not accomplish anything, as when one recites the wrong blessing on food, or if he repeats the blessing that he had already recited. Right, so he said on apples, and now he and there were apples and cherries on his plate, and now he's saying a separate blessing on cherries, which is unnecessary. In a contrast, bracha she'eino tzericha, an unnecessary blessing, while it should have been avoided, is not totally purposeless. So probably example that not probably the example that I gave is more to this part, but we're going to see. And his example of this one is about to eat two foods with the same blessing, and recite a separate blessing upon each item. So as I said, so this example is actually to this one, unnecessary blessing. So basically he said blessing on apples, and it should cover the cherries too. It says separate blessing. Since this is what he had in mind to do when he began, it is not considered a blessing recited in vain. So somehow he decided that he wants to say separate blessing on apples and separate blessing on cherries. If it's not proper, it's a necessary blessing, but that's what he thought. Okay, so it's not as a bracha velatala. It's different category. For each blessing does indeed permit each food. Okay, so in his mind, he said is basically the laws of blessing. He can cover this blessing, this food with one blessing, but he decided to do it in two blessings. However, he could just as well have recited only one blessing on both. Okay, so we're almost done. Okay, let's try to finish this here. 16. 1 second, 16. Okay. If one erred and recited the blessing in vain, and likewise if in some way he came to err and said the name of HaShem in vain, he should say immediately after the name of HaShem, Baruch Shem Kevod Mochsolo and Leib. As we said last time, and we gave some examples and stuff like that. Okay, so it's so it means blessed is the name of His glorious kingdom for all eternity. So I did something to lower this blessing, this blessing of the glorious kingdom. So now I'm trying to restore it. If immediately after reciting the words Baruch Atah and the name of Hashem at the beginning of the blessings, right? So let's see 17. Most of the blessing begins with the foundation Baruch Atah Hashem Elokeinu Melech HaOlam. Blessed is you, Hashem, our God, King of the universe. right? So they're all the same. He realized that he does not have to recite the particular blessing. He should conclude the sentence with Lamdeni Hukecha. So he would say, Baruch atah HaShem Elokeinu melech haolam, Lamdeni Hukecha. Lamdeni Hukecha, teach me your statutes, right? Teach me your laws. It's from the Hilim. Since the words Baruch atah HaShem, bless you HaShem, together with the word Lamdeni Hukecha, teach me your statutes, okay? A complete verse in Tehillim 119:12. So you just say like you said the complete verse from Tehillim. It is therefore deemed as if he recited the name of Hashem in the course of Torah study and not in vain. So basically, you can study Torah if you dress and stuff like that anytime. If while reciting the blessing, he also began to recite word Elokeinu, number 18, he said Baruch atah Hashem Elokei, right? And then he realized that the blessing was unnecessary. Immediately after say Elokei, or the word Elokeinu, and he had not completed the words with the syllable nu. Sorry, okay. He should conclude the sentence with saying Israel Avinu Me'olam ve'ad olam. Since the words added to the words Baruch atah Hashem Elokei are also the words in the verse in the Devrei Hamim. So basically, like for me, it's like what I do because it happens to all of us, unfortunately. So I just say Lamdeni Hukecha. So it's easier to remember like two words instead of the whole sentence. However, although he has corrected his error, he should nevertheless say it in this case as well. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuso L'Olam Vaed, just in case. And we read the commentary number 20. Okay, so that verse in Devrei Yamim, blessed are you Hashem, God of Israel, our forefather, from this world to the world to come. And 20, we say, since in a contrast to the previous case, here is not recited in complete verse. Okay, see the previous one. So basically, it's not complete verse. So he says Baruch Shem Kvod. Okay, but basically, if you say it anyway, it's not. It doesn't hurt anything. You just pray. It's another praise of Hashem.